Hello and welcome to another edition of the Go West Pole podcast. My name is Sonny Allen, and today I'm joined by my teammates, Tonja Hancock, Chloe Cinfio, and Grant Bohls. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit new that our team has just launched, and that is a home and luxury division. We are known for our high quality marketing. We call it higher standard. And the same principles that apply to our land and ranch division also apply to home and luxury division. And there's such a crossover. We all have houses and we own land and ranch. There's a connection there. And being able to bring Chloe on board as our luxury specialist has just really rounded out our team in every way possible so that we can help all of our clients, whether you're selling a house or you're buying a ranch, we have what it takes to do that. And it's such a blessing to have Tonja running our operations. Grant grew up in the home building business, so he knows a lot about houses and residential. And Chloe has an extensive background in luxury and residential real estate. So it's an exciting time in our team to be able to add this, and we are very, very pleased to be able to share it with you today. So, Chloe, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing and how you came about joining the West Pole team?
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I've been in the Austin luxury market for a few years now. I've known Tonja at the beginning of my career, and I was looking to expand my business. I had this reoccurring theme of my clients who were in the luxury market wanting a place to play or hunt, fish. So my wheels started turning, and I knew that there was no one more knowledgeable or well-respected in the hill country, and I thought it'd be a good fit, and I'm excited to not only expand my knowledge, but just be a helping hand to your clients should they be interested in the Austin market. I do a lot of central Austin, but pretty much all of the surrounding areas.
We are so honored to have you on our team, and I just can't tell you how excited I am and proud that we get to work together. Tonja, you've had experience in residential real estate, and you kind of came up through the ranks of that. How do you see this tying into our team and how we function as kind of a land and ranch background, but also over the past few years, we've dealt with more and more clients who are coming to us from an urban mindset, who are living in luxury homes in town, but they want to have that place in the country to go to on the weekend. How do you see all that tying together with adding Chloe to our team?
Well, I was in residential real estate years ago, and then in the last few years kind of came into the luxury market on a different team, and kind of saw that what Chloe's saying, that kind of reoccurring theme of we've got a lot of people coming into the Austin market now from New York and California, and they realize what a great deal, this is compared to where they came from.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so now they are able to maybe have a condo downtown and have their kind of forever home or their playground out in the hill country. And I saw that more and more as I was in that market. And then, a couple months ago when Chloe called me up and said, she was interested in getting to know more about our team, it just kind of all clicked. Like, what a great opportunity for us to be able to, bring someone in that has experience in the luxury market, has experience in the downtown market for sure, and then can just come in kind of with her own kind of book of business,
right.
Her own people that she has worked with in the past.
And her clients love her.
Thank you. I did get to experience Chloe firsthand because we office next door to each other, and she's amazing. The way she takes care of just her clients, the people around her. She's just really, really brings a kind of a spark and a joyfulness to a business that can be very difficult for some people. So
yes.
Chloe was, as soon as it happened, like you said, it was a blessing. It all kind of clicked, and it all came together, and we are so excited.
Yeah.
Well,
one of the things that I've learned kind of the hard way is, in real estate, so many realtors go with the aspect of, I do homes, residential, commercial, you name it, kind of a jack of all trades kind of deal. And I find that when you try to do that, you're never as good as you need to be at any one thing. You can't spread yourself that thin. And, having a mortgage banking background and doing a lot of things I've done in real estate for all these years, I always wanted to help my friends sell their house. People come to me and they, oh, well, you're a ranch guy, but I can help you sell your house. And, I have done that. I have been blessed to do that, but it's not my thing, and I've had so many occasions where, you're trying to help somebody and it's a learning curve because you're not in it every day. And, having this resource where we can offer full services to all of our clients and make sure that if someone needs to sell their home or buy a home, it's all the same group of people that we serve, and being able to offer full real estate services to all of our database is pretty cool.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop, exactly. And, Grant, you've had so much experience, growing up in the home building business. You've done a lot of residential real estate yourself. How do you see this as an enhancement to the team?
Well, it's just like you said, you can't be an expert necessarily at everything. And we try to focus on the ranch and land side of it, which is its whole different animal, right?
What are some of the differences that you see in terms of it? What something that stands out to you as,
Probably one of the biggest is, we don't do inspections like a residential agent does, and that's a whole different thing. Our surveying, very different than their surveying.
Yes.
So it's between the timing that those take, the connections, can't really necessarily use the same surveyor that you would on a house for land. So,
right.
Those differences, our connections are even different.
Exactly.
Our resources are going to be different from her resources.
Exactly.
So getting to keep it all in-house, but having the ability to service everybody.
Yeah.
It seems like a perfect fit, right?
Exactly. And, the thing that I think gets overlooked too often is, we pride ourselves as offering the best of the best when it comes to marketing and videography and presentation and putting information out there that's helpful to buyers. I don't think it's that different in the luxury market or the residential market where, you're dealing with a clientele that is typically a busy person. They don't want to dig for info,
Right.
They want to be able to get access to that info online. And that's really what has set us apart in the ranch brokerage, is being able to provide that, we call it higher standard marketing, setting a higher standard. And I really feel like that the infrastructure that we already have as a team to present that, individual property websites and outbound marketing and the best videography and photography,
Our marketing is the best.
we can put together, so that is just a natural fit because that will enhance, the fact that we do that. And then when I do work with, your typical agent that is a residential agent, I'm always just kind of perplexed as to how lacking the marketing can be,
Right.
And especially when you're dealing with a multi-million-dollar property and you just don't have the right photography, you don't have the right information, you're having to dig and do your own research. And if it's that hard on us, think about how hard it is on the untrained buyer that's trying to look at that property. And typically what people do is they get frustrated when they can't get the information they want. They go to a certain point and then they stop digging for it and they go click on the next listing and they leave your property behind. Right. And that's why we do it, because we want to put enough information out there to educate that buyer, to help them make a decision, whether good or bad. Maybe that's not the right deal for them, but at least they can make that decision without wasting half a day to go look at that property. And our time as well is valuable. So that's why we do that.
Even in today's world, print marketing may seem antiquated, but I can't tell you how many times I pass out one of our property listing guides or information sheets, and the look that I get, whoa, you have all that? It's right here, and it gives you all the information, questions, answers, contact. Also, they're taking that home. Yeah. That's on the coffee table. They're thinking about it more. It may be antiquated, but I think it still works.
Yeah, I tend to fall on that where, printed materials are so necessary We're in a digital world, and we focus primarily on digital marketing our listings, but having that content for specific properties is invaluable because you're not always online, and you can hand that, and it's something people can take and they can see, and it makes a statement of how much effort we're willing to put into selling our client's property. We're willing to invest our money. We're willing to go to the extra level to make it the best marketing we possibly can. It's a little less effective to do magazine articles and stuff like that because people aren't really looking at magazines to buy property anymore. That's just kind of image building. But as far as the specific marketing we do for properties, we get so much feedback on those brochures and the way that we put that out there.
Can I just say from an operations standpoint too, the biggest thing I have seen in the two different markets, the luxury market, the ranch market, are the contracts.
Right.
That was a learning curve for me when I
come
came over to Land and Ranch, was having to really dig in. I mean, the Land and Ranch contract is completely, for them, it has a lot of different things than your residential. And so I think having a client that is maybe they're familiar, they've sold a house or two or whatever, and they don't realize all the things that go into a Land and Ranch deal. And if they have a residential real estate person representing them and not a ranch real estate person, a lot of things can be missed. You can get lawsuits. All kinds of things can come up that maybe that client's not aware of and maybe that agent isn't aware of. So again, I think it's just really important, great to have somebody on board that can handle the residential side where you guys can focus on what you are most knowledgeable about. And so and of course that's me, that's contracts, I'm going to say that, but I think it's hugely important.
Well, in the higher levels of the real estate world, there's a term called competency, and we're kind of supposed to work in an area that we're geographically familiar with. If you don't go 2 hours away and sell property all the time, it's kind of hard to go 2 hours away and know what's going on in that market. And as you represent your client, to the best degree you can, that also goes for type of real estate competency, being competent about residential properties and luxury properties and
condos.
And you learn
condos.
in school.
My
you learn
gosh.
about that. It says don't ever go outside of the market that you're knowledgeable about. But I saw firsthand so many luxury agents who did not know anything about farm and ranch trying to do it. And I'm unfiltered. I will be very honest and let them know that's not my wheelhouse. I am learning, but it makes me feel so good to know I have a team of people who I can pass them to and know that they'll be taken care of. And I had no idea the need that I would encounter with my luxury clients and them wanting land. And then it kept coming up. And especially this last year in all different kinds of needs, from wanting commercial, for a cabinetry business, or just wanting to hunt or to simply place their money in land and hold on to it. And there's so many different avenues, and I can't pretend to know any of that, but
that's what we do.
Yes, exactly.
You mentioned condos, and for me,
Whole nother animal.
I want no part of it. How do you even show a condo? How do you get in the building?
For me, the most scary thing out there in real estate is a downtown luxury condominium.
My truck doesn't fit downtown.
No,
And probably not in the parking garages.
Yeah. I was at a function downtown the other day, and I had to pay $25 to park for just a few hours. I'm like, I couldn't do this every day. But tell us a little bit about that and your experiences. I know right now you've got a really nice luxury property on the market downtown. Tell us kind of how that fits into what you do.
Yeah, I have done a lot of downtown condos. The condo I have listed right now is on Rainey Street, and so Rainey Street is just a historical street. Yeah, and really the development that's going on around there is amazing. They started building a lot more high-rise condos, and so they're knocking down some of the older bars that are smaller, which has mixed feelings.
Progress,
but they're also building more high-end restaurants, grocery stores, and so that it's more walkable. But it can be difficult. I mean, there are so many buildings in downtown, and just knowing the amenities of each, and every client is going to have a different need. You know, some of them just want downtown views, whereas others want to see Lady Bird Lake. Some people care about a fitness center and pool, others don't.
So they care about which side of the building they're on.
Yes. I am working with somebody who only wants
How does that work? What is that? Is that for views, or what
Yeah,
difference
I
does it
guess,
make?
right?
Yeah, or some people just want to be facing specifically east.
Is that a search criteria you can put in? Faces.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
That helps.
Oh
That
my
helps.
Yes. Or parking spaces. Some people don't care because they don't
Oh,
have a car, and
Do
others.
they have parking spaces?
Well, depends, but yeah.
Oh my
For it, you know, it comes at a cost, but
Yeah, I can park anywhere on 100 acres. That's all I'm saying.
True.
yes,
Yeah, it's not a problem in the ranch world, but yeah.
I love it.
I know when I was in downtown Austin for a convention here recently, I hadn't ran into this anymore before, but I couldn't get in the parking garage because my truck was too tall. I got a new truck in February, and it's lifted a little bit, and I started in the garage, and a little thing hit my roof, and I'm like, oh, okay, now what? And yeah, I drive around. I finally found an open lot, but it was $25 for just
What
4
other
hours,
option you
so-
got?
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
one thing we do
I
have
get
in
stuff.
common with, I would say, is that my clients can be intimidated by the parking situation, so they'll ride around with me, and I feel like your clients ride around with you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You can have some good conversations, you know?
Yeah, except we're driving 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah.
We
Right.
get real friendly.
Yeah, if we're in the car for, 2 hours, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we stop and eat barbecue anytime we can. So, yeah.
I have eaten more barbecue in the last 2.5 years than my entire life living in Austin.
That's right.
I'm ready for it. I've heard you can do some pretty good barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing that West Pole stands for is that kind of that God-given affection that we all have inside of us to connect with nature and the outdoors, and that's not exclusive to the rural community or ranch or country mindset. You go down to the green belt in Austin on a Sunday afternoon when the weather's pretty, and there's people everywhere. And so I always say, talking about our West Pole idea is it may be different for each of us, but it's in all of us, and I always tell people, like, it's in everyone, even people that live in high-rise condos downtown. They're looking for that pretty day to get outside and connect with nature. Maybe it's a hike and bike, maybe it's just going down to the Greenbelt or Barton Springs or paddleboarding or whatever it is. They find that place of peace in getting outside and connecting with nature. So how do you see that as far as plugging in with urban real estate or residential luxury real estate? How do you see that fitting in with your clients and what you do?
Well, I mean, a lot of my clients want to be downtown, and I think that that's what sets Austin apart, is that we do have the 10-mile hike and bike trail. My husband and I used to live in a condo in downtown, and he's a runner, and we've moved, but that's what he misses. And I know it's in the city, but it's tucked down in there, and it's filled with trees, and you're on the water. And then Barton Springs, there's
Zilker,
Jacob's Well, which is pretty cool. But there are so many things to do outside in the nature, and also we're not far from the hill country, and I mean, we love to come out here. And so
probably why you get that question a lot of luxury
Right.
clients wanting to buy property,
right,
because we do have such a unique location where Austin is, that within an hour and a half you can be in Llano,
right,
Yeah.
which is two vastly different things, right?
Yep.
So
Fredericksburg.
right,
wine
I mean, so that
country.
where we're located and
Yeah.
what that offers,
Yeah.
just like our
Well,
team is the
But
combination.
therein lies the crossover. That's
Right.
why we're selling land to these same people that are buying high-rise condos because
Yeah.
they want a place to go on the weekend in the country. It might be 5 acres to build a weekend home on, or 500 acres to have a recreational ranch.
Which is available where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. And
Or they might be looking to start a wine business
They could
in
do
the
that
hill
too.
country. I mean, that's
Yeah,
happening
there's a
more
lot
and
of that,
more.
A
Yeah.
lot of that going on, but I will say, for all the issues that Austin may have, one of the great things is how
What issues? I'm kidding.
traffic.
It's a perfect utopian city.
Yes.
One of the things that Austin has been good about over the years is conservation and preserving the environment. Those are things that are near and dear to my heart. And so having access to all of this green space, for people who, live in that environment is very important. And I think that's one of the attributes that we can tie that together with the West Pole concept. So it's, I always try to make the point to people, West Pole is, for us guys, we like to hunt and fish and go out in the country and do our thing, but it's also just as relevant to people who live in the city, because everybody has that thing that pulls them toward the west, that pole that drags you toward nature.
Right.
And it's it's just built into us. It's part of our DNA. And so I think that ties in together with what we do. And when you combine that with the higher standard marketing, with the greatest, most phenomenal operations director to make sure your deal gets closed on time and smoothly, and with the the absolute incredible knowledge base that we have as a team to serve our clients, I just don't think it gets any better. I think we have finally rounded out the ultimate real estate service that we can provide to everybody. And
I do too. I felt so happy in these last few months, and my husband seems to be fitting in just fine. I married an Eagle Scout, so I figured this might be a good fit.
We taught him how to hunt yesterday, and so he's hooked now.
He's hooked.
You're gonna be buying some shotguns and.
We have some of those, but yeah, now we're talking about land. I'm like, okay.
I know a guy.
Yeah, right.
Well, Chloe, we are beyond excited to get to work with you.
Thank you. I am as well.
When I say get to, it is a get to, and it is a blessing. And welcome to the team. And we look forward to what the future holds. And so with that, we're going to wrap up, and want to thank y'all for joining us today. Remember, whatever it is inside of you, get out and go do it, and go West Pole. We'll see you next time. Thank you.